What's up, people? Alright, after hours of gameplay, it is time to give you my review of the new video game Batman Arkham Knight. So this is the 4th installment in the Arkham video game series, and in 2009, with the very first edition Arkham Asylum, Rocksteady Studios has completely redefined and reimagined what superhero video games can look like. Unfortunately for us fans, Arkham Knight is the final installment in their video game series, so it's sad to see this series go. But you know what? The good thing is that this game is magnificent, so let's get right into my thoughts. First off, gameplay. The gameplay in Arkham Knight, as expected, is incredible. They haven't changed much from the previous iterations of the game. They've kept the same kind of mechanics throughout, and it's just always just been really fluid and really easy to understand. The fighting system is incredible. Batman's fighting has always been really one of the hallmarks of this franchise, and they up the ante even more. You get a bunch of new combos, a bunch of new moves, all the upgrades are really cool, and then there's even some dual team takedowns because you get to play with multiple characters at some points, and even some dual takedowns between the Batmobile and Batman himself. Ultimately, this really creates for some incredible and stunning visual looking moves, and they just pull it off so effortlessly. Of course, we got to talk about the Batmobile. That's the new addition to Arkham Knight. That's really the thing that sets it apart from the rest of the series. I really like the Batmobile. I thought it was a very welcomed addition. You have to have the Batmobile in a Batman game, and they finally incorporated it. It's mean, it's visceral, it's like a tank, just like kind of from the Chris Nolan movies. It has a cannon. It's really cool to use. I will say though that sometimes I thought it was a little bit overbearing. I think they used it a little bit too much. It's used for a lot of the Riddler challenges. It's used for a lot of different things in the storyline. Nonetheless though, I would rather have the Batmobile in the game than not have it, because it adds a layer of depth to this game that the previous games did not have. Visually, this game is just incredible. The scale and scope of it is just, it's just really impressive. You can just tell that Rocksteady and Warner Brothers have pumped all of their resources into this game. They've created a map that's bigger than all of the previous games, and their version of Gotham is unique to them. You get this really glossy, shiny, but yet still dark and gritty version of Gotham, and the map, like I said, is just huge. The scope of this game is just so epic. It feels like a blockbuster movie, and that's really one of the impressive things about this series, is they've been able to increase the scale and the size each time out, and we've gotten the biggest map on this game thus far, and it's really just a spectacle to see. Now let's get into the story, which is what I'm really a big component of. It's set 1 year after Arkham City, after the death of the Joker from the previous game. Spoiler alert if you haven't played that game already. And on Halloween night, Scarecrow releases a fear toxin and threatens to release this toxin over all of Gotham City. This prompts an evacuation of all 6 million of the civilians. Now at this point, you pretty much just have Batman, GCPD, and Commissioner Gordon to fend off Gotham City from Scarecrow. Aiding Scarecrow is the Arkham Knight, which is a completely new villain created just for this game. He's a mercenary with his own private army. He has tanks, he has snipers, he has soldiers, he has all of the ends to Batman's technology, and he's always 3 steps ahead of Batman. So yeah, you could pretty much say that he's dangerous. I think that's an understatement for him, but yeah. So from there, you get many different missions and storylines that all incorporate into this main storyline of stopping Scarecrow and the Arkham Knight. I won't get into any spoiler, territory. Play the game if you haven't played it yet or whatever, but I think that this is their best crafted story thus far. Throughout the game, Batman has hallucinations and he sees the Joker. So the Joker is still a huge element of this game, even though he's died in Arkham City. But then again, you're adding layers upon layers upon layers of depth and character development, and we're really looking into the psychology of Batman and Bruce Wayne living in Gotham without the presence of the Joker. See, the Joker is Batman's nemesis, so when he's finally gone, he has to cope with not having him around. They always, in a sense, needed each other. Add that on top of the fact that Scarecrow taps into Batman / Bruce Wayne's innermost fears. Those fears are perpetuated through the fear toxin, which of course causes many hallucinations and dream-like sequences that are just really eerie and kind of creepy. But again, that's what, propels this game further than most other games. Its cinematic quality, its storytelling, the visual elements, the superb voice acting all just come together and create just a magnificent, magnificent game. Arkham Knight really is more than a game. It's really an experience, because even beyond the main storyline, you have downloadable content, story packs, which are too short, but they do add in other elements. You have side missions with some of Batman's most iconic villains, such as the Penguin, Two-Face, and the Riddler. And of course, there's hours upon hours of gameplay, of different challenges and things to unlock. This is really just an expansive, experience, and this is certainly the best Arkham video game thus far. It really trumps every other previous attempt that Rocksteady has done. And like I said, the most gripping thing about it for me is the story. When you progress through this story mode, it's just so encapsulating, and it really is addictive. Everything just has an A+, A1 quality about it. Like I said, the voice acting, the visuals, the gameplay, the different elements within the game, the missions, the characters, everything is just hitting on all cylinders. Like I said, my only gripe about it is the overusage of the Batmobile. And now that I have completed the main storyline and many of the side missions, I felt it was appropriate to give my thoughts on the game. And overall, I have to give Batman Arkham Knight a 9.5 out of 10. Trust me when I say it deserves that score. It is that good of a video game. This is the best superhero video game ever crafted. Arkham video game series is the best superhero franchise video game series ever. And I can only hope that the influence and the success of this series can influence other, studios to create superhero-centered games that really pump all of their resources into it to make it an incredible experience. Time will tell, but I think Arkham video game series will be the most influential superhero video game franchise of all time. I do think we will see more video games like this, incorporating other popular superheroes. So if you love video games, go pick up Arkham Knight. It's the best video game out on this generation's consoles right now. Go treat yourself, pick it up, it's worth it, and you will not want to put the controller down. Alright folks, that's all I got from my review of Batman Arkham Knight. As always, go follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, JRW the Creator. Go check out my website, jordanrwilliams.com, to see more information about blogging, music, movies, video games, everything entertainment. Go check me out on MoviePilot.com as well for all other movie content. And then subscribe to my channel on YouTube, show me some love, and I will see y'all next time.